Good evening. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Eyewitnesses say that she sat alone in row 10, that her tray table was down throughout the Cairo to Athens flight, that she spent much of the time listening to what appeared to be a cassette player, the picture of a casual traveler. But Doug Tennell reports tonight she, or possibly a he dressed as a she, may actually have been the murderer who killed people on TWA Flight 840.
Investigators in Athens piecing together the puzzle of the TWA bombing say they have evidence that a woman traveling under the name May Elias Mansour planted the bomb. But in Lebanon today, a statement delivered to news agencies in Tripoli said May Mansour was not involved and threatened legal action against anyone who says she is a terrorist. The statement was signed May Mansour but could not be verified. A key eyewitness arrived in Athens today, a TWA employee who told investigators more about the mysterious suspect he rushed through the Cairo airport 2 days ago. Egyptian authorities said she was a late arrival, but airline officials say Mansour checked in plenty of time to make the flight. It was after checking in that she was held up by Egyptian security men to be frisked and have her hand baggage searched. Why Mansour was held up longer than most departing passengers remains a mystery tonight.
I'm quite sure that the tight security measures adopted here in the Cairo airport are extremely very tight.
When May Mansour arrived from Cairo, she spent 6 hours waiting in the transit lounge of the Athens airport. Then, just moments before the TWA plane landed, May Mansour boarded a flight for Beirut.
Doug, what does this woman look like and what is her political background?
She's about 30 years old, Dan. She's said to walk with a limp. Otherwise, she's rather nondescript. Her political background remains a mystery. There is one report that says she is a well-known female terrorist who works for an extreme left-wing Christian group in Lebanon.
Are there any other suspects?
There has been one other arrest, an arrest today in the same transit lounge where May Mansour was waiting for her flight to Beirut. A man who was identified as Mahmoud Yusuf is presently being questioned by Greek police. He arrived here under suspicious circumstances without luggage or hand baggage, and the Greek police are trying to establish why.
Thank you, Doug. Though Italian authorities say that May Elias Mansour is a known terrorist, the U.S. Justice Department and Interpol said today they have no such information that she is not on their terrorism alert lists. It was revealed today that the United States Federal Aviation Administration inspected the Cairo airport last month and concluded that security procedures did meet international standards. The Cairo airport presents some special problems, but as Tom Fenton reports, even good security at the best airports can't always stop a determined terrorist, especially one with the latest in bomb technology.
If indeed the bomb was smuggled through Cairo airport, what kind of bomb could it have been? We talked to explosives expert Sidney Alford, who showed us that state-of-the-art explosives don't necessarily look like bombs.
Let's have a look. This is Explosives Engineer. It's a journal. Inside it, we have this sort of bit of paper or plastic. It is actually high explosive.
That's an explosive?
Yes, indeed. And that piece, for example, would pretty well demolish the table. But this is plastic explosive. It is indeed plastic.
Is that enough to blow a hole through the side of an airplane?
If it were, I should think, within, give me an airplane, I'll demonstrate, but if it were within a foot or so of the side of an airplane, it would very probably perforate the side of the airplane, and the pressure differential between inside and outside will probably give you a nasty big hole.
What's that? That looks like weather stripping.
This you could use as weather strip. It would serve quite well as weather strip. It's got double-sided sticky tape on, so it's quite easy to apply. This particular stuff is French. It happens to be high explosive. If you like something also plastic explosive that looks more like the soles of your shoes, then you could sole your feet with that one. Well, this piece of string is what I would wrap, for example, I would wrap a parcel with if I thought that you may be you may be indiscreet to the extent of suspecting my parcel would be quite innocuous. You probably would not suspect the string itself of being explosive.
What do you use as a fuse?
To set it off, if I were doing it the conventional way, I would use a detonator. That's a typical but rather big detonator.
But you could hide that in a pencil.
Well, certainly could, certainly could.
So really, you could take this bag of tricks, an item from there, into almost any airport and onto almost any plane.
And get away with it.
And get away with it.
Alas.
4 days after a Mexicana Airlines flight crashed, killing 166 people, 2 Arab terror groups are claiming they caused that accident. Their purported reason, retaliation for recent U.S. military action against Libya. Despite this claim, U.S. and Mexican investigators are giving no indication they suspect the Mexicana flight was sabotaged, but they have not said what they do think caused the crash.